and welcome to part 4 of my full Children of Bodom discography review. This time we're going to review Children of Bodom's very first album, Something Wild, which was released in 1997. It was their first album under the name Children of Bodom. It's much more different than their demos. There's a lot of neoclassical influences and much more sporadic songwriting. Overall, it's a lot more experimental than their future releases. Our lineup: we have Alexi on lead guitar and vocals, Alexander on rhythm guitar, Jaska on drums, Henkka on bass, and we have a newcomer, Janne Wirman, on keyboards. This would be the Children of Bodom lineup until 2005. So the first track is called Deadnight Warrior. It starts off with a sound clip from Stephen King's It, and Jaska's drums open the song. The intro riff is awesome, and the little keyboard parts are great. The solo is also stellar. This is a relatively short song at under 3 minutes, but it is loaded with intensity, and is a great way to start the album. Overall, I give this song a 4.5 out of 5. It's definitely one of the best on the album. The song fades right into the next track, which is In the Shadows. This song is random as hell. It's just riff after riff after riff. Not many of them repeat either, and it's a 6-minute long song. There's a little bass intro to start the song, and we are then treated to a black metal riff. There's a clean guitar part shortly after, which you don't get to see much from Children of Bodom, and then we get into a bunch more riffs before returning to the intro. The highlight would most certainly be the last 2 minutes or so. There's an incredible melodic ending, which is one of the best things this band has ever done. Overall, it's a great track. It would have been rated much higher, but the endless onslaught of riffs can be hard to get into. This is also apparently the band's least favorite song. I can kind of see why, but regardless, I still like it. Overall, I give this one a 4 out of 5. The next track is called Red Light in My Eyes Part 1. The song starts off with Bach's Invention number 13 in A minor, and goes into an awesome clean melodic part. The rest of the song contains the same parts repeated, and the solo is fantastic. The part right after the solo is also great. My only complaint is the choruses can be a bit annoying with Alexi singing. Overall, it's a great neoclassical song, and I give it a 3.5 out of 5. The next song is called Red Light in My Eyes Part 2. The song starts off with another classical piece, this time Mozart's Symphony No. 25 in G minor. Another main recurring part of the song is the main theme from the Confucius section of Mozart's Requiem Mass in D minor. There's a little keyboard break nearly halfway through where the song changes gears and gets slightly slower. Alexi also uses clean guitars for the third time now, which is surprising. Overall, this is a great track. It's about average. I give it a 3 out of 5. I like the Red Light in My Eyes Part 1 a little bit more, but it's still pretty good. The next song is arguably the most famous song from the album, and that would be Lake Bodom. The song opens up with a guitar and keyboard unison riff. Every Bodom fan knows this riff. It's a definite classic. The verses are also pretty good, and there's a guitar and keyboard solo which Bodom is known for. The chorus is good as well and has a neoclassical feel. Years ago this would have been a 5, but it kind of got stale fast. It's still a great song. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. And that's mainly due to me over listening to it. If you're a new fan, definitely check this one out though. The next song is called The Nail. This song is really underrated. It is my favorite on the album by far. It's a lot similar to In the Shadows with all of the different riffs, but it is done much better. It's also the longest song that Children of Bodom has ever done at 6 minutes and 18 seconds. The song opens up with 2 sound clips mashed together. The background noise is from The Nightmare on Elm Street, and the quote is from Ben-Hur. Pretty much all of the riffs in this song are great, and I like the use of Bach's Toccata and Fugue in D minor. The highlight of the song would be the last 3 minutes or so. There's an awesome melody that has a pirate feel, and also sounds very similar to Where Dead Angels Lie by Dissection. Regardless, it's pretty damn awesome. The last minute of the song is frantic and insane. There's a bunch of sweet arpeggios which close out the song. This song is definitely a 5 out of 5. Definitely check it out. It might be kind of hard to get into because it's just an onslaught of riffs, but it's really great. The next song, which is the last song, is called Touch Like Angel of Death. This is probably my least favorite song on the album, but is still a solid track. The best part would have to be the intro and the verse riffs. Very neoclassical. The little keyboard break is also cool. The solo and the choruses are kind of average, but overall the song is still okay. The Tokyo Warhearts live version is much better, and they play the theme from the film The Rock at the beginning. On the album version, 2 minutes after the song is over, you can hear a little keyboard theme that lasts a little over a minute. I wish they would have somehow incorporated it into one of their songs because it sounds pretty damn awesome. But anyways, that is Something Wild. Overall, I give the album a 3.5 out of 5. It's one of my least favorite releases from the band, but that really isn't saying much because I have to admit I love every album they released, and yes, including Blood Drunk. This one is just kind of hard to get into, and I don't know, like years ago I probably would have gave it a 5 out of 5, but I don't know, I guess taste change, but it's still a really solid album. All of the tracks are above average, and the heavy use of neoclassical riffs and experimental sounds makes this release stand out from the rest. My favorite tracks would be Deadnight Warrior, In the Shadows, and The Nail. Some of the fan favorites are Lake Bodom and Touch Like Angel of Death, so I would check out those too. You might be a fan of them. So that's Something Wild, and stay tuned for Hate Breeder.